All right, what is up, boys and girls? Welcome to GooTalks number 21. I can't believe it. We're growing up so fast, guys. Just last week, we were able to go to the strip club, buy cigarettes, register for vote, join the military, and more. Today, we are going to round it out, and we're all going to go out for beers afterwards. Yay, it's happy hour. Or maybe we won't. Maybe we'll just sit home and have some hard liquor and sip some bourbon by ourselves. That sounds like more of a mature thing to do. I don't know about you guys. Anyways, welcome to the show. I am your host, gootecks, and on this show, we talk about all kinds of things. We talk about what's going on in the fighting games. We talk about what's going on in business. We talk about what's going on the interwebs. And of course, sometimes we even talk about your questions. You know, I was on the plane. First, okay, let's talk about seasons beatings, right? I was on the plane last night on the way home. 5 hours, nothing to do but work. You know, I'll tell you, when I was younger, it used to be hard for me to sleep on the plane. Now that I've gotten older and have gotten on tons of flights, now I can just, I used to have to stay up all night so that I could sleep well on the plane. Now I'm just like, it doesn't matter, man. I'm on the plane, sit down, and I am out before we even leave the ground. This time, however, I woke up plenty of times on the way home from the flight from Cleveland to Philly to LAX. And as such, I had some time to do a lot of thinking. And as such, I've come up with a framework with which to operate this show. I don't know if you guys can see it from there. It doesn't really matter. What does matter is now we have a little bit of structure to this show, which will probably make it a little slimmer, maybe a little bit shorter, but it's going to go intro, news/topic, discussion of topic, possibly a commercial, an email from the audience or a channel review, and then some Q&A, and maybe I'm going to ask you guys for some feedback on a particular project or an idea that I had. And finally, then we plug whoever we need to plug, do the outro, and then run the commercial. Wow. I'm a web content genius. I'm just kidding. Any 5-year-old could have come up with this outline. But that's what we got. So hopefully that'll make things a little bit more streamlined, and there won't be so much rambling. Anyways, topic of the day is, of course, seasons beatings. Wow, what an event. You know, I don't know how much of it you guys caught over the weekend. From what I understand, there were about almost 16,000 of you watching concurrently at home, watching the console combat stream. So I had a great time. There were so many matches that were very notable. Of course, we had the 4 exhibition matches that, of course, Cross Counter was shooting and handling the recording and distribution of. Of course, we have the, oh my God, it's Andre versus CJ match. Then Chris G versus Frutzi from Mexico. And then finally, Team USA versus the World in Marvel 3. And then, of course, the main event, Chris G versus Filipino champ. Oh my gosh. What a match that was. The other matches, I got to tell you guys, they were kind of blowouts. I'm not really quite sure what we're going to do with them in terms of the footage and in terms of distribution. If you guys missed it, CJ beat Andre like 10-5. There was a lot of popping off afterwards. Andre's such a nice kid, and yet somehow he seems to always involve himself in these massive pop-offs. I don't really quite understand why. But, you know, I mean, I guess when I was 19, I was popping off in all kinds of ways, so can't really hate on that. But it was interesting. They played the mirror match. CJ beat him pretty solid. The following day, of course, there was Chris G versus Frutzi, who came all the way from Mexico City. He and Taekwa also holding it down from Mexico. Came to represent. Didn't do so well against Chris G. I don't remember the final score, but I'm going to say it was like 10-6 or something. I think it was 10-6. Chris G started with his alternate Spencer Wesker or somebody team. Fritzy, of course, playing MODOK, El Capitan, and MODOK, Captain America. Who's the third guy? I forget. I don't remember. I don't remember. Anyways, I think Fruitsy needs a cheaper team. Yes, Taskmaster, yes. MODOK, Captain America, Taskmaster. So Chris G beat him like 10-6. That was unfortunate for Mexico. But you know what we do have for that is the commentary tracks. The coaching tracks were all in Spanish. Fruitsy had two different coaches, Taikwa and I believe his friend's name was Esteban. But yeah, so I mean, those of you guys who are from Mexico or speak Spanish, of which you probably not very many of you guys. I mean, here, this is gootalks and I am speaking English. But hey, you know, those are my Mexican brothers, you know what I mean? So they'll be on the coaching track for that. Very excited for that. And then, of course, there was the USA versus the World exhibition, which unfortunately seemed to have lasted forever and a day. Quite the blowout for America. I believe the world team consisted of Fruitsy, Taikwa from Mexico, Cane Blue River from Chile, Tyson from Ecuador, and of course Mame Spider holding it down from Japan. It all came down to Mame Spider needing to single-handedly OCV in order for Team World to take it. Unfortunately, he got stopped by Yipes. I believe he beat Infrit first and then had to play Yipes, and Yipes beat him. So that was unfortunate. So, yeah. Oh, okay. Yipes didn't lose a set. Good for Yipes. Also doing very well in the tournament. And then, of course, the main event was Chris G versus Filipino champ. Oh my gosh. Originally, they were supposed to play a first to 10. Instead, they played a first to 15. When the score was 9-9, oh my gosh. Champ had him down to the magic pixel. Somehow, Chris G escaped from a combo, or there was some kind of weird reset. Anyways, Chris G came back on him, did a back throw, and killed him with only a pixel of life left. Extremely sad. I'm sure very mentally devastating for Champ. After that, he seemed to not really recover. I believe then Chris G won an additional 3 more games. Champ won 1, and then Chris closed it out. Oh, man, brutal. Brutal. But hey, props to Chris G for taking down the world champion of Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Tip of the hat to you, sir. Nicely done. And then, of course, in the actual tournament itself on Sunday, there was also a few more upsets. Bala, who you know from fighting Mad KOF in the grand finals of King of Fighters 13 at EVO, actually didn't make it to Mad KOF for the run back. Instead, he got eliminated by Lacid, which was pretty disappointing for him and I guess everybody else in America, as well as all Spanish-speaking brethren. And now, apparently, according to an article on Event Hubs, Mad KOF is thinking of stepping back from the KOF scene to pursue real life. So Bala may never get that run back. Unfortunate. That was actually supposed to be one of the original exhibition matches, but everybody was so sure that they were going to be in the grand finals that nobody wanted to run that exhibition. Ooh, bummer. So, unfortunate. And then, of course, in Marvel, I think Champ really seemed really disheartened, after the loss So I don't think that he was performing as well as he would have otherwise, which is unfortunate. I don't remember where he placed, but top three were Chris G and Flocker, who won last year's season's beatings. But Chris G kind of just ran over everybody. And then I think PR Balrog got third, I think. And I think Yipes got fourth. Maybe I have the two switched. I don't know. But I sure would like to see the Chris G versus Champ run back. That would be extremely interesting. Yeah. And then, of course, the highlight of season's beatings, in my opinion, was, of course, the Street Fighter 4 finals. I mean, you had Fight Nation EX's K-Brad coming out of basically nowhere and just leaving a trail of dead bodies. I mean, he beat Justin Wong, he beat Laugh, and then finally, he put Infiltration into losers 2-0. And then finally, in the grand finals of Street Fighter 4, it was K-Brad versus Infiltration. Infiltration won the first set 3-1. And K-Brad just brought it back, man, and beat Infiltration 3-1 to become the season's beatings Ascension champion of Street Fighter 4. Wow! Totally beat Infiltration, who just destroyed everybody. So crazy, man. K-Brad is from the East Coast somewhere. I'm not quite sure where, but yeah, he totally pulled it off. And it was great to see somebody come up in the world, still so hungry, you know. Props to you, K-Brad. K-Brad is from Maryland. Okay. Good stuff. Yes. I'm not going to go into that. Anyways, moving forward. Apparently that's going to be the last season's beatings event. Very sad. I believe they've been running since 2006. I mean, so many great matches and so many great moments came out of season's beatings. So unfortunate, but that is the way the cookie crumbles, I guess. I don't know exactly why. I believe Seasons Beatings is going to be streaming today, and they can talk about all that stuff. They'll talk about why they're calling it quits. Anyways, moving forward. Let's see, what else was I supposed to talk about? Yes, exploring other options. So recently, how in detail do I want to go into this? Recently, you guys have been talking, we've been talking a little bit about rentals, because I think that if we can start to do rentals on the Cross Counter channel, that'll mean that we'll be able to produce more premium content for you guys and kind of give you diehard fans out there something special. Early access, subscriber only stuff. Anyways, that's what we've been dealing with. But if you guys have been watching past gootalks, you know that unfortunately it just doesn't seem to be able to be done with the current setup that we have here on YouTube. The channel is enabled for rentals, but unfortunately, due to, I'm not really quite sure what, but we have no way to track sales. We have no way to collect the money from said sales. So currently we're unable to do rentals, but I think I have found a solution in a new option. I may have to, I don't know. We may we may have to change the way that we're doing things here at Cross Counter. Not in terms of the production, but just in terms of who we're working with. But, you know, you really can't. Lots of times in business and in life, we're faced with situations where we can stay with what's comfortable, or we can take a risk, throw caution to the wind, make an educated guess, and move forward. So if this educated guess pans out, I mean, it's a risk. It's always a risk, right? But if this pans out, then we'll be able to do, how could we do this? We'd be able to do more stuff that you guys like Excellent Adventures. We'd be able to pump those out more consistently. We would be able to do stuff like run-in sets, but with more consistency and maybe, where'd he go? Where'd he go? No signal? Oh, there we go. And we're back. We're back. All right, there we go. We'd be able to do more Excellent Adventures, run-in sets with probably more out-of-towners, you know? And then we'd be able to do more premium content, such as, you know, Seasons Beatings, Canada Cup, bar fights, things like that. As well as, what else would we be able to do? Anyways, that's all I got. But basically, we'd be able to give you guys more of what you like, because there would be a clearer path to, you know, covering expenses. For example, let's say just by chance, maybe, that we were able to get this rentals thing done, right? And maybe we would set up like a rematch, you know, like maybe we could do something as crazy as fly down Chris G or fly down Champ, you know, or both of them, and then have them play, and then we would put the videos up for rental. What would you guys think of that? Damie904 says, why don't you just put the trailers for Excellent Adventures and other videos on YouTube, but only show the actual videos on your website? Wouldn't this allow for more revenue? Possibly, maybe. The issue is that if we're doing rentals on YouTube, then I feel like we have a stronger chance of making more sales, because we have so many subscribers on YouTube that when we upload a new video, there's 56,000 new people that, not new people, but 56,000 subscribers that will see that we have a new video up. If it's a rental, then, you know, that's 56,000 people that are saying, oh, hey, there's a new video that I can rent. And when I say rental, I don't mean that you guys would pay for it and then you'd be able to watch it for like 48 hours or whatever, because I hate that. I paid for Catpocalypse, the new Cat Williams stand-up special, and I only got to watch half of it, you know? My 48 hours expired. No, I'm saying unlimited duration, right? What's the point? Just, you pay for it, you can just stream it on YouTube whenever. So that is the value of being able to do content like that for us. Hold on, let's see what you guys say. Pay-per-view style fight would be interesting. Lazy bother with pay-per-view, blah, blah, blah. Rentals is a bad plan. Yes, pay-per-view sounds good. Beef with Techie has an idea. Sure, hit me up. That's a long story. anyways, so that's the type of stuff that I want to be moving into because we'll be able to do cooler stuff if there are more resources available. So to answer the question, definitely putting stuff on our site is going to be an option going forward, but this seems like more of an immediate option that works with the channels that we already have built, which is of which YouTube is the largest asset. But definitely once we get the new site up and running, then we'll be able to do like memberships and do premium content in different ways. Sorry, I'm just reading the chats, reading the chat room, seeing what you stream monsters have to say. Skeeler says, have it like subs get the video a week early plus extra content. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. We can do stuff like that, right? Where, let's say that we have some big match and then we put it on, let's say we stream it, maybe we stream it live or we stream it behind the membership portal of our site. And then it goes up onto YouTube and is available for rent. And then like a week or two later, then it gets put up available for free for everybody to watch. So basically, if you want to watch it live or if you want to watch it early, you can pay for it. Otherwise, you have to wait, a week or two. Yes. The problem with 1080, unfortunately, is that the games only go up to 720. Yeah, I mean, Misfortune says pay-per-view would work great for me, or just having it up to buy for download. I don't always have time to hit up the streams while it's going on, and this is the only FGC-related thing I keep up with, really. Yeah, see, like, you're preaching to the choir here, guys. Like, I'm not the guy that sits around and watches streams. Like, I got stuff to do, right? So I definitely want to create solutions where people who can't make it there to see it live can still watch it and be able to contribute. Mad Godlike says, are you able to make private streams on Twitch that can only be accessed by distributed links? What you can do is password protect links or streams on Twitch. The problem with that is that it's just not very secure, and I believe they could still be embedded in other websites. I don't know. It's gonna be a little complicated. Yeah. I'm not so much on the password protected stuff because the passwords can be the password could be distributed so easily. And the problem with the Twitch pay-per-view option is, of course, that the percentage that they take is very high, and I feel like I could do it more cheaply myself. Skeeler says, yeah, I bought the Ray and Fanatiq one. It didn't have the coach audio. Yes, it did. Try it in VLC. I promise that the coach audio is in there. Choco Bunny says, gootalks, can you make sure whatever system you decide works internationally? I heard about surveys in the past, and sometimes they're only available in certain countries. Certainly, yes. When we do the survey thing, yeah, it'll be available. There's offers for different countries. So, It's not bad. The Famine says, why can't you just do it for free and do everything based on ad revenue? That's a great question. The reason that we can't do everything for free and do everything based on ad revenue is simply because the numbers aren't high enough. If instead of getting, let's say, 50,000 views on Excellent Adventures per episode, we were getting 500,000 views, yes, everything could be done on ad revenue without a problem. Unfortunately, those numbers just simply don't exist yet. They don't exist in fighting games. It's not as though, it'd be different, right? If there were some other group or something that was out there that was getting like massively more views. Like if every video that Spooky and Level Up and I Play Winner was putting up, if they were all getting like 500,000 views on their videos and we were only getting 50,000 on ours, then it's on us, because we know that the ceiling is actually much higher. Now, of course, we understand that there's far more people out there that would probably enjoy our content than are currently seeing it right now. However, reaching them is going to take such a long time. And in order to get there, we're going to need to find other ways to monetize. But because we're all kind of at the same level, I mean, like there's nobody that's like blowing us out of the water on views, right? So all of us collectively are kind of like raising the bar. Yeah, that's Mad God says, you can host the videos locally on a server, gootecks, if you're worried about the security of Twitch and the revenue. Yeah, absolutely. That's probably what we would do. At least in terms of, I don't know about pay-per-view live streaming, but yeah, I mean, that's totally a possibility and something that we are technically capable of. All right, moving forward. Let me see if there was an email. The email. What? The email. Here's a good one. It's kind of long. Hey Ryan, I was watching gootalks the other day and thought about it. I'm 18 and finished high school. I'm going to college in January for computer science. I'm young. I would love to build a relationship with people in the esports business. I want nothing more than to work with for them on the production side of things, but I have no skills for production as of yet. So what are some criteria or suggestions they look out for that I could try and meet while I'm young, so that in a couple of years I could possibly be working for them? One idea I came up with to help me get out there is to start going to New York's Next Level Arcade and go to their Big Two, so I can understand the competitive gaming atmosphere, and also see if they would also want help from me to help organize the brackets and things like that. The other idea I can think of is starting to stream, upload YouTube videos of commentary for both fighting games and LoL. I would love to have some videos where I focus on characters, blah, 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 blah. There's not much content for that. People just upload long-ass matches that are usually 40 plus minutes. These are just ideas, blah, blah, blah. I'd like to hear what you think. Yeah, you're way more knowledgeable. Happen to have an event. Blah, blah, blah. Thanks, Goo. Edgar YM26. Thank you, Edgar YM26, for the email. You are in a good position, just graduating from high school and soon going to college. I would definitely suggest that if you go to the next level, you try to make friends with everybody there and do what you can to get involved. Yes, helping brackets is useful. Let's say that, I don't know who's streaming over there. Does Spooky stream there? Does Min stream there? I don't know. Either way, offer to go get them coffee, get them water, help them set up, help them clean up, help them carry the stuff to the car or to the subway or pack the stuff up. I don't know how they do it. Okay, yeah, Spooky and Beefuteki do it. Yeah, so, hit them up. Introduce yourself in person. Tell them that you want to help. And they will be glad to help you, I think. Because it's really about balance in the universe, right? The more that you can prove yourself valuable to somebody where they didn't have to pay you and take a chance on whether or not you sucked because they're not paying you, the more that you can expect to gain in the long run. Maybe they will refer you to other people that you can work for that actually will pay you. You know, maybe at some point the organization grows to the point where they can pay you and they feel comfortable doing so because you worked for free and you gave of yourself. As for uploading that footage, if you don't think that people are uploading match commentary for LOL and you see a need there, then absolutely do it. Let's see. Michael, was this the dude? Michael Cog, or what was that guy's name? Anyways, hey Gooey, I watched the gootalks when you talked about putting other people's tutorials on your channel. I gotta say, I love the idea. I used to play Pokemon competitively, use an old YouTube account, blah, blah, blah. Very successful. I understand your channel is a lot more well-known than mine. Definitely has a higher standard of quality. I'd just like to point out that the quality of my videos in no way shows what I'm capable of. Most of my videos are just done in between work and school that I quickly throw together to try to help out some friends back on the SRK forums. But if I was going on your channel, I could definitely put some time into fine-tuning it. Sorry for making this read a novel, but if you plan on putting some tutorial on cross counter, I know a lot about Akuma and Yan. All right, let's look at this real quick. Wow, nicely done. A lot of channels. I mean, a lot of views, a lot of videos. Good stuff. Yeah. Send me some videos, and I'll put them on the cross counter channel. All right. Kengan says, what happened with you guys in Machinima? Don't see your videos up there anymore. Yep. They did not want to continue to be paying for cross counter to be on their channel. Therefore, we stopped doing it. All right, let's see. I think, yes. So we did the email channel review, Q&A. All right, guys, questions. Let's do a few questions, and then I gotta get out of here. I gotta head to a shakedown meeting where we're talking about the next shakedown, October 25th. MLK and Vasky are headlining. I don't know if that means anything to you guys. The names don't necessarily mean anything to me, but that's okay. Let me see if I can show you guys. Oh, damn it. Let me, there we go. Can we expect any new Excellent Adventures episodes in the near future? Yes, if we can get this rentals thing locked down, then yeah, I think so. I don't know about Hulu because I don't know how to get stuff on Hulu. Oh gosh. Oh gosh, you guys. I don't know. Okay, let's go through these. Let's just go through these real quick. Who is good to play? OYDK22 says, who is good to play if you're just picking up Third Strike? Ken and Ryu. Ken especially, always good to start with. What happened to the... Barcock says, what happened to the Bizarro FGC? What was that from again? I know I said that. Dash Zero says, gootalks, do you think it could be beneficial for companies that make fighting games to release their own internal tier list? Could it be harmful? How so? I don't think they've thought that far ahead. Haven's Blade says, gootalks, we ever try to play any other game besides fighting games on GooPlays? If you guys want to send me games or codes for games, maybe. Now that I have this sweet-ass video card in here, maybe I could do that. I don't know anything about video games, though. I don't know if you guys know this about me, but I don't know these things. Gootex, Korath says, gootex, do you think the FGC won't get to the next level until one goes the League of Legends route with throwing a ton of money and having tournaments when you launch the game? I think that is a... I don't know that the League of I wouldn't call that the League of Legends route, but if it was free to play and they did that, yeah, I think definitely the FGC would be getting to the next level for sure. Yeah, I mean, the problem with throwing a ton of money and having tournaments when you launch the game is that most of the companies that will do that aren't the ones that have the most popular games. Unfortunately, like if Capcom did that, I think it could definitely have things like stepped up. ESXDB says, are you entering into any more tournaments? I just entered seasons meetings this week. I finished third in my pool. If I would have beat Cardell? I think his name was Cardell. If I would have beat Cardell, then I would have qualified in losers. But I suck, so it didn't work. Hello Japan says, so there will be no more excellent ventures until this rentals thing is resolved. I want to try the rentals thing. Mike is busy. What do you want from me? Choco Bunny says, what's the chance of another Rise of the Web Warrior tourney? I don't know. Maybe if Beyond Gaming, I don't know. Tell Beyond Gaming that you want to do, that you want to see it. Let's see. Next event is Canada. Death Dealer Wolf says, next event is Canada Cup. No, yes, next event is Canada Cup. Last weekend of October is like the 26th, 27th, 28th. Necrophiliac says, Gooey, who's your least favorite Street Fighter 4 character to play against? Blanca or Gen? No Burn says, what made you start playing fighting games at a competitive level? The desire to beat everybody that pissed me off at the Cal Poly arcade. Zuku says, do you sell autograph cards of you and Mike and send them worldwide? I need one for my altar to believe even stronger. No, but maybe that's something that we could do. I don't know. Let's see. Oh, camera troubles? I'm sorry, guys. Who knows how long I was going on like that? I guess the battery died. All right. East of the Arcade says, gootex, do you ever get discouraged when thinking that there isn't a ton of money to be made in the FGC as far as the production side goes? What do you do to keep your head up? Yes, I think about these things all the time. Yes, totally think about these things all the time because every day it seems like that could be more and more the case. But then again, I also know that I have to take responsibility and that if there's not a ton of money to be made, it's because I personally haven't discovered those ways, which is part of why the rentals thing and the surveys thing is so interesting to me. So yeah, I think about these things all the time. And of course, there's still tons of different tons of different opportunities that have yet to be explored, such as the idea of creating niche video sites to drive traffic to ads and affiliate offers, which create, should create a substantial amount of passive income by doing niche video sites that were like, let's say, automated and updated automatically every time new videos came out for all the different games. I could definitely see that being kind of lucrative, but I need to get off my ass and make it happen. The Chun08 says, how can we help spread the word for the FGC? I want to do as much as I can, and I'm a professional photographer. What can the no-name people do for you guys? If you're a photographer, go to the events, take the pictures, post them on Facebook, send them to the organizers, send them to the players, do all of those things. All right, blah blah unicorn X says, I'm a graphic designer. Any chance of me getting hooked up with CrossCounter or the FGC in general? Feel free to send me your work, gootecks at crosscounter.tv. I always like to see talented people's work. Jackson987 says, gootecks, why not give personal Street Fighter lessons, whether online or in person? Could earn money and practice fundamentals at the same time. It's something I did in the past, and that's something that may be coming down the pipe in the future. All right, guys, I gotta run. I got a meeting to get to, but thank you for joining me here on GooTalks number 21. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys later.